So everybody's ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay, let me hit the start webinar button.
Hey, hi everybody. My name is KL. I'm from China Admissions. Thank you so much for joining us at today's webinar. We're joined here by Katharina from United International College, who's going to today tell us all about their undergraduate programs and their application process. Afterwards, we will have a Q&A session where you'll have a chance to get any questions that you have answered. So you'll see a Q&A box just down below. You can just drop your questions there in the meanwhile, and we will get to them in the end. I hope you can all hear me okay. It'd be great if you could just say a quick hello in the chat, tell us where in the world you're joining us from. And all right, yeah, let's get started. Here's United International College.
Thank you so much for your kind introduction, Khayal. Hello all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Katrina Yu. I'm the director at United International College for the International Development Office, and I'm very happy to give this webinar today. Before I start with the presentation, let's have a look at our video that you get a visual impression how beautiful our campus is.
Sorry, there is no sound for the video.
Okay. Cody, can you maybe stop sharing and then reshare? And then share sound. And this one. Okay, let's try again. Hopefully it works. Let us know whether the sound is now working.
Have you ever thought of your ideal university? Have you dreamt of being a liberal arts college student?
It is a journey where you explore your intelligence, skills, and potential. To become inspired, to think outside the box, as well as to express yourself. To face the challenge and work hard to achieve your goals.
It is also a haven to carry out interdisciplinary studies in arts and sciences, to appreciate both Chinese and Western cultures, to develop, to innovate, and to excel.
It is a forest that has many paths. It is a round table where different minds meet. It is inspirational, diverse, and integrated.
In knowledge and in deeds, unto the whole person. This is your university life, your unique journey.
At UIC, create your own university life. Start here, go anywhere.
Okay, I hope you got a first impression of our beautiful campus. with this short video. Actually, the speakers are some of our international interns, and now they are also on their journey to their graduate studies, but we have very fond memories. So let's get going. So welcome to UIC. So we are very pleased to give this webinar. If you did not find the right fit for you for the fall intake yet, actually we still do accept applications, or if you're already looking into next year's application cycle, also very welcome to learn a little bit more about UIC. So UIC is one of the Sino-foreign joint venture universities in mainland China. We are the first full-fledged cooperation between a famous mainland university and a university from Hong Kong. So UIC was founded in 2005 as a joint venture between Beijing Normal University in Beijing and Hong Kong Baptist University in Hong Kong. Our name sometimes produces some confusion. So basically, where are we? We are located in beautiful Zhuhai. That's at the coast of Guangdong province, directly opposite Hong Kong in the so-called Greater Bay Area. Zhuhai is a very famous city in China. It is one of the most livable cities, according to polls for many years. We have very good air quality. We have very nice climate all year round. And UIC, as you saw in the video, is nestled in the middle of a very green environment. So it's a very nice place to be. All of our graduates will actually receive at the end of your 4-year studies journey a graduation certificate from UIC and the normal bachelor's degree awarded by Hong Kong Baptist University. So there is no addition mainland China, etc. So that's exactly the same degree like students from Hong Kong Baptist University in Hong Kong will receive. And that comes also with some advantages. For example, UIC graduates in general have very good chances to get, for example, work permits in Hong Kong and are getting accepted into top universities worldwide. Our current president is Professor Tang Tao. He's a famous mathematician. He's a member of the Academy of Sciences in mainland China. Like all faculty members and management members in UIC, Professor Tang has an international career in his own education and working places, and he's the second president in UIC now. And under his leadership, we are developing fastly. Actually, for example, in hiring and attracting highest level academics in the field of science and technology, for example. Yeah, as I mentioned, we are located in a very beautiful coastal city in Guangdong province. Zhuhai is the bordering city. If you're not quite sure where Zhuhai is located, I think most people know Macau. So we are bordering directly Macau. Zhuhai is connected via the longest sea bridge of the world with Hong Kong. So now that the borders are finally open, so we have basically no more travel restrictions. It is a 30 minutes bus ride to go to Hong Kong from Zhuhai, which means the whole area is connected, and there are plenty of leisure, but also academic opportunities in the whole area. You see here our phase 1 campus. That's where I am currently located. This campus is already completed. And here, which is still the blueprint on this photo, we have a second campus in the making. This campus will be dedicated especially to research and our postgraduate programs. So in addition to the undergraduate programs, UIC is having more and more master degree students taught research and PhD. And there will be new laboratories, research facilities, and also we have a complete new dorm complex on the second phase campus. Yeah, here are some photos. So the dormitories, some blocks are already ready. The first cohort of students are living in this very nice environment. UIC students normally are living with 1 or more roommates. The maximum is 4 people per room. All rooms have obviously air conditioning. Our summers are hot and humid. Ensuite bathrooms. All floors have pantry, kitchenette, laundry rooms, etc. So you can really find everything you need on our campus. For our location in the Greater Bay Area, so that's really exciting. And I can speak also from own experience. I spent the past 12 years in Zhuhai. The so-called Greater Bay Area in the southern part of China is developing at an impressive speed. So this is a connection between major cities in the area like Zhuhai, Macau, Hong Kong, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Dongguan, and several other cities. There is a huge investment in science and technology. The whole region is providing excellent talent policies. So many qualified young people with ambition are needed here. And also international people are well sought after in the whole region. So many joint foreign venture enterprises are also located, yeah. For example, Shenzhen, but also in Zhuhai. So the whole region is really vibrant, and it's a very amazing mix between very modern urbanized life at a high speed and high technology, but also you still can find traditional Cantonese culture, traditional Chinese culture, and the whole setting results in a very interesting living environment. So whatever you're looking for, you can find it here. So main areas in this area, of course, innovation is needed, communication industries, cultural industry, science and technology, talent and education. For example, in Zhuhai, there are several major universities and in the whole region. So education is growing, and the pool of talented young people from all over the world is also growing. So that's really a place to be. Here you see also the bridge connecting to Hong Kong, some impressions from Zhuhai city, the bay on this side. That's the icon of Zhuhai city, our fisher girl. So there are also some beaches where you can hang out in weekends. We have an ocean park kingdom, huge conference centers, etc. Some useful information on UIC. So that's all in one nutshell. Our mission is to develop a liberal arts college that is dedicated to producing well-rounded global talents. All courses, all major programs are taught in English at UIC, which means we do not have any admission requirements in terms of Chinese language, although we of course hope and actually you will have to take some Putonghua language courses, so you will learn modern Chinese language, but you will not need it to fulfill your academic requirements. Our tuition is currently at 100,000 yuan per year. Cost of living is still very affordable in China, so that's around 6,400 yuan per year. The college has already in its name, and basically in our DNA, international is a very important part of our college's mission and vision. Of course, on the one hand, UIC is rooted in China. We are committed to excellent undergraduate education, but we are also committed to having an internationalized curriculum and a healthy mix of people from all around the world. On the left-hand side, you see the composition of our current teachers and staff body. So around 50% are from the Chinese mainland, up to 30% from overseas country, and currently around 22% from the Chinese SAR regions like Hong Kong, Macau, or Taiwan. Our students, the arrows on this slide do not represent the real proportion. The majority of our students come from the Chinese mainland. And from all over China. And China is a culturally very diverse country in itself. So we have students from the very north to the very south. That's the majority of our students. UIC is still a very young institution, only 17 years. We also do have students from Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. And we are very welcoming to international students. And we hope that our international students community will grow with the borders opening after 3 long years of the pandemic. So what can you study in UIC? Where can you develop your skills? What academic prospects do you have? We have 4 faculties and schools in UIC, and a 5th one, I will say something on our School of General Education. So we have a faculty of Business and Management. We have a faculty of Science and Technology, Humanities and Social Sciences, and a School of Culture and Creativity. In addition to that, UIC has a School of General Education, where, for example, our General Education Coordination Center is located, Whole Person Education Center, English Language Center, and Chinese Language and Culture Center, which means that's also the support units. For example, if you are a second language speaker of English, of course, we have a whole team of supporting teachers to develop your presentation skills, academic writing, etc. And of course, if you learn Mandarin Chinese, we have the Chinese Language and Culture Center and Whole Person Education Center. That's a standalone feature of UIC. Whole Person Education is part of our curriculum. So students will, especially during their first 2 years of studies, study courses, for example, environmental awareness or adversity management, etc. There is a whole range ranging from service learning to experiential arts. You can, for example, learn a traditional Chinese music instrument in UIC. You can learn a traditional sport such as archery. But of course, we also have other sports like tennis or golf. So you have a whole variety of courses to choose from. In addition to the formal faculties and schools, UIC has several research centers and laboratories where our researchers work on their projects. For details, you can follow this link or via our main menu. For example, also on our main webpage, all of our deans currently gave a short introduction of their faculty or school and gave interviews, etc. So there's a lot of material online. In terms of programs, we currently offer 29 undergraduate degree programs. So here you have an overview of over our Faculty of Business and Management. The range is from accounting, but we also have e-business management and information systems. So you have a wide variety to choose from for all kinds of interests. Our business and management programs are very strong. For example, our students win every year competitions in accounting, actually nationwide or sometimes even internationally. So that's a very strong faculty. In our Faculty of Science and Technology, that's actually our second largest faculty. So business and management is our biggest faculty. Our Faculty of Science and Technology, you can also study from a very exciting range of programs. We have the so-called computer data science program family. So we have computer science, we have data science, but we also have artificial intelligence. We have applied psychology, food science and technology, environmental science, statistics, and financial mathematics for the mathematicians in our audience. We have the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. We have communications related programs such as public relations and advertising, media and communication studies. We have a major called Globalization and Development. We have Chinese culture and global communication. That is a comparatively new program and is also open for international students. Along the way, you will acquire or will have to acquire a higher level of Chinese language skills, but many courses are also taught in English. That program, for example, also offers a minor, so international students can choose courses from that area in addition to their regular major courses and declare a minor at the end of the studies, which means you will not only have the bachelor degree in your major, but you will have also an add-on qualification for your China expertise after having spent 4 years with us. We have English language and literature studies, applied translation, and also a new major, digital social science. That's really the bridge between more traditional social sciences into the era of new technologies and in combination with data science. And of course, like in most universities, artificial intelligence and applications are a big topic here at UIC. And then for the artistic students and creative students, we have our School for Culture and Creativity. We have a media, arts and design program. We have cinema and television. We have culture, creativity and management. We have a music performance program. We have animation and interactive media, and we have tourism, hospitality and event management. So that's the degree programs UIC can offer. And we are very proud that really across the board, those degrees can be studied in English language. Yeah. In terms of partnerships, so my office or our team here, we are the first point of contact for international students. For example, after this webinar, etc., if you have questions or if you wish to have a one-to-one consultation, you're very welcome to contact us. But we also are the first contact point for partner schools and exchange programs. So currently UIC has partner universities and sister universities around the globe. Currently we partner with more than 60 universities and for different areas. So during your 4 years study at UIC, students, for example, have a chance to study 1 semester abroad in one of our partner universities. We have very exciting summer programs during the summer. So many UIC students, before they choose to study for a whole semester abroad, or most of our students actually this year's graduate cohort, 80% will go on a graduate degree in a top institution worldwide. And many of those schools are abroad. So many UICers will really go all around the world. So our summer programs are a great opportunity to test, is this and that country really the right place for me to be? Or we partner with many schools who will accept our graduate students into their master programs. So you can already get a first feeling how will your life after UIC look like. We are very happy this year. For the first time, we can send our students abroad again, and they are really going all over the world. So we are very happy that we can provide this opportunity to our students. That's what I mentioned. The graduate prospects are excellent. UIC has a very dedicated team in our career development office, which means alongside your studies, our career development office is offering sessions, consultations, career talks during the whole semester, during the whole year. So students can choose from a wide variety and, for example, get more information. How can I obtain an internship in the region? How does postgraduate application work, etc.? There are many career development opportunities, or how do I build my CV, all that. And for example, in 2021, 1,096 of our students went on for further studies, and that was still in the middle of the pandemic, and our students still decided to go, and they really go to top institutions worldwide. Yeah, that's just a list of examples. In terms of your life, of course, you will get a very thorough undergraduate academic education. So academic meritocracy is very important for us at UIC. So you will have a training up to the standards. But in addition, UIC, I mentioned this, UIC was founded as a liberal arts institution. So this is more than just being a university. UIC has a very strong community spirit. We are really a community here built of our students, our teachers, their parents, the society, and networking. And as you saw on the pictures, UIC is a residential campus. All of our undergraduate students live on campus. We currently have around 8,000. So you can imagine UIC itself is almost like a little town with all kinds of activities going on that are interesting for young people. So for example, UIC is having high table dinners with distinguished guest speakers in formal environment where students can participate. Normally you will have to apply for this kind of activity. Our office, we have student volunteers, and also our international students on campus are always invited to form a community and for our international students, and create opportunities to make friendships with our UIC students, or pick some activities that might be interesting, or sometimes a day tour to explore the region, especially when you're coming in and maybe not China savvy yet. We will try to facilitate activities that will help you to adapt to the life in China faster, to connect with our students, and also to learn more about the history of our province, Chinese culture, of course, exchange on different cultures, and the modern China. So that's some photos of the past years. So we will have barbecue events, we will have artistic events, outings, sometimes just currently we are in the final examination period. Currently we will pick something more relaxed, maybe a picnic by the sea, playing volleyball, things like this. That's of course up to you. We will hear the voice of our students and take suggestions, and after a while you will have so many friends that all activities will be self-organized. In addition to IDO, of course, UIC has a very vibrant student society life. So there are student clubs for almost every interest. So you can join a traditional theater club or a PBT club, or we have investment clubs, etc. So that's really up to your interest. Last time we had more than 65 clubs addressing all kinds of interests, supported by our Students' Affairs Office. Also organized by our office, of course, calligraphy. We will learn to prepare traditional dishes, Thai tea, painting. We do one-day tours, etc. Yeah, that's just some short videos. Of course, Guangdong province is famous worldwide for its delicious food. So for most foodies, this is going to be a very exciting experience. Since we are at the seaside, of course, fresh seafood, but also dumplings and all kinds of cuisines. But of course, there's also international styles. So UIC has a community of international people living here, expats, which means there are also Indian restaurants, Italian restaurants, there's a taco shop, etc. And for example, if you go to Hong Kong, which is very cosmopolitan, you can really find anything. We have a short video here. That's our international students. Have a look. Oh, why does that not work? Okay.
I think UIC is really cool because there's a lot of opportunities to integrate me and like myself and other exchange students along with the Chinese students to get to know each other and explore our differences together, but find common ground to integrate together.
UIC is an educational center that gives students the chance to learn China and all of its cultural aspects, including traditional music, traditional dances, history, and geological locations, travels, and historic places.
The environment of UIC is really awesome, that I really feel happy here, and our technology, all the classrooms, and our teachers are highly qualified, and I really appreciate to be here and leading my study.
When I think of UIC, I just think about when I went back to the club fair and they had so many different organizations there for us to get interested in. Every club we spoke to was so passionate about what they did, whether it was the outdoor club or the fashion model club. Everyone was really dedicated to their craft.
Yeah, and the next part in my presentation is, of course, there will be questions. How do I get in? What do I need to do to apply successfully at UIC? Is there, for example, financial funding available for international students, etc., etc.? I will try to give you some general guidance for admission requirements. That's actually country specific, but we can definitely talk a little bit about that. So UIC has different types of scholarships. In general, we have a government scholarship from the Education Bureau of Guangdong Province. That's 10,000 yuan. This is changing every year, how many quota we get. All scholarships are based on academic performance. So for the Guangdong Province Scholarship, you need to prove a very solid academic performance and also commitment to study in China and in UIC. We have full entrance scholarships. That's really the high achiever scholarship that is for A-level students. And we have 30% entrance scholarships for high academic performance. All scholarships are renewable, so it works like in other institutions as well. Every year your scholarship will be reviewed and then potentially awarded for the coming year, depending on the availability of resources, which means that's a very nice opportunity. It's a big chance to win some financial support for your studies. We are operating on rolling admissions, which means the earlier you apply, the higher is your chance if you meet the standards. And normally, of course, you will be interviewed by a panel of professors from the program you're applying to. In general, since we are teaching in English, we have international admission criteria. So if you are, for example, an IB diploma holder, then there are certain criteria you have to meet, or Cambridge pre-U diploma, GCE qualifications, BTEC, etc. That's for the international requirements, SAT, AP, ACT, associate degree holders from Hong Kong are also welcome, and ITE TSC. In addition, of course, we have country-specific requirements. So there is a list. If you follow our webpage, you can look up your country, what type of higher education degree in your secondary education we will expect. And if your native language is not English, you will need an English language qualification to enter UIC. So one of the most standardized ones is IELTS. So in IELTS, the requirement will be a 6.0 with no band below 5.5. In general, you need your graduation certificate from your high school. Your pre-university education should at least be 12 years. We will need that certificate. We will need your transcripts. We will need recommendation letters, especially if you apply for a scholarship. You need 2 referees who will write a letter of recommendation in your support. You will have to file a personal statement highlighting your plan at UIC, your strengths, what you hope to achieve, a copy of your passport, and the language certification if needed for your home country. The application deadline is June 30th, but we recommend to submit earlier to get interview time slots. For example, if you still want to secure a scholarship for the running intake, it's better to apply early in general. Yeah, here's some more pictures. It really looks like this right now. And all year long, we have a fantastic learning resources center. It's one of the biggest libraries holding English language books in the south of China. But of course, many digital resources. This is why it's not called library anymore. It's really learning resources from all media. That's an inside view. In addition, for example, in our Learning Resources Center, you can book small project rooms. UIC's curriculum is outcome-based, which means in class, you will have group projects, group presentations, etc., which means you can book a room with your team, work on your presentation. You have self-study places. Very often before the final exams, you want to have a spot where you really can study in absolute quiet. So the LRC has plenty of space for students to prepare for all kinds of activities. Yeah, it's a very beautiful building. Yeah, here are our black swans. They were donated by an alumni. The amazing thing is now after 17 years, we have a very vibrant alumni community who will come back for the homecoming days or give us a gift, etc. Some might even set up scholarships, etc. We have high-end sports facilities, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, 25-degree all year long, fitness center, basketball courts, table tennis rooms, etc., etc. In addition, we have outdoor sports facilities that we share with Huitong Village community, so adjacent to the UIC campus and actually in between the both phases of our campuses. There is a traditional Cantonese village with lovely cafes and places where students go for barbecue, etc. And in that area, there is a sports park where you can play soccer, or UIC has a rugby club, running track, sports days, outdoor tennis courts, etc. In terms of food and drinks, there are many little cafe shops, sandwich shops, etc. on campus. We have several canteens on campus. where you can have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We have several supermarkets on campus, etc. So you will not miss anything during the day at UIC. Of course, also coffee shops, very important for students. That's pictures of the accommodation. Yeah, normally around 3 students will share a room. If available, we have also 2-person bedrooms. UIC is co-ed. Yeah, we have female and male students, but in different dorms. That's a photo of a kitchenette, so you can prepare a simple meal in your dorm. We have laundry facilities, study rooms, and also a feature of UIC. We have a hall culture in our student dormitories. So each residential hall has a name, and we have wardens and a leading teacher, and the dorms will also organize their own activities or look after each other, help each other, etc. Sometimes we have inter-hall competitions, for example, for painting, etc. Yeah. That's some more impressions. Here, some links. If you wish to apply, please also via China admissions. But if you have questions after our Q&A session today, you can also contact us for a consultation session and to discuss what you're looking for and whether UIC is a fit for you. So please feel free to contact us at any time. We can also make a video meeting on Zoom or on Tencent or via Wechat or via phone. So please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. And this is it for now. And I would like to open the floor for questions. Let's have a look. Tasrif Alam asked, can I get full free scholarship for bachelors? As I mentioned, our scholarships are competitive. Depends on your prior academic performance. With your application, you can apply for full scholarship. On the scholarship application form, you will also have to formulate a statement why you think that you are a suitable candidate. Scholarships at UIC in general work that way. You will get tuition or part of the tuition waived. Our scholarships do not refer to dormitory fees. Which means in the first step, maybe you should get in touch with us and fill in your application form. UIC does not charge any application fees. And then your application materials will be evaluated. Also depends on for which intake you are hoping to apply for. How to get a scholarship for Chinese language studies? I am not quite sure. So if you only want to do a language program, UIC might not be the right fit for you. So if you are looking into an intensive Chinese language course, then you will have to choose another format. In UIC, we have the Chinese Communications, Global Communication Studies program. That is a 4 years undergraduate degree program. So what I presented right now, that's really degree programs. It's not short-term language certificates or short-term studies. How to get admission? Yeah. Admission, like everywhere, starts with a good application. So depending on your home country, I showed you the list of requirements. Just a tip from a team of people who see applications every day. So you will need your high school certificate or your diploma. We will need the transcripts of your grades. Ideally, you will also submit your English language certificate, unless you studied in an internationalized curriculum environment, such as IB Diploma or Cambridge Pre-U. You will have to write a statement, a self-statement, explain a little bit why you are interested in a particular program. You can indicate more than one choice. So you can give your priority 1, priority 2. And if you meet our general admission standard, so that's set by the college, so you have to pass a certain minimum standard, and then the program will invite you for an interview. And if you perform well in the interview, then you have a high chance to get admission. Yeah. Here. Who can be my referees? That depends on the high school you are from. In general, recommendation letters should be written by someone who knows you well. So maybe your favorite high school teacher, or someone who is working with you. Many high schools have a university counselor. So depends on what type of school you are attending. That could also be from your high school counselors, giving you advice on what type of university program will be a good fit for you. Otherwise, it might be from your high school. So someone who has an insight into your academic potential and, for example, team working skills. That's something very important, that you get along well with others, that you can connect. Curious for a new culture. So normally reference letters will be either from a high school teacher, or if you already had a chance to do an internship, could also be your internship supervisor, people like that. Mm-hmm. The next question refers to the same. So you will not get the recommendation letter from a university. You need that from your high school, or, for example, if you are in a certificate or diploma program at the moment, you need that recommendation from your last institution where you received education. Yeah. Will UIC provide for the visa or not? What we will do, you will need our support to get your visa documentation ready. So once you get accepted into one of our programs, we will help you to prepare for the so-called JW202 form that will be issued by the Education Bureau, and we as a school will apply for that. The next step is you will have to apply with all needed visa documentation in your home country in one of the Chinese visa centers for the visa, which means whether or not you receive a student visa is obviously not a decision made by a school. You will have to meet the requirements of the consulate. Very often there are slight differences per country. You can easily look that up via the visa center page of the Chinese government. They have country-specific lists of what documents will be required for which type of visa, including estimated waiting times, etc. But of course, you will get, once admitted, an admission letter, which you will need, and you will also receive the JW202 form, which you also need to get a student visa. Good. How to contact us directly for the one-to-one meeting? I share the screen again. You see here the email is@uic.edu.cn. This mailbox will be checked twice per day, which means you can write a short email and make an appointment. Be a little bit patient. We are still in a peak season. and then we can set up a short meeting, maybe on Zoom. If you write us an email, please let us know for which year's intake you are writing to us. So whether you are still interested in coming this fall or whether you are already exploring for next year's intake. We have only one intake per year in fall. So our semester will start in September. Maybe also the area you wish to study in. Then it is easier for us to direct you to the correct information and explore, and then depending on your questions, at a later stage, we might need to connect you with a faculty member who is a specialist in the area of study. So please feel free to write us a quick email. We are happy to give one-to-one advice and guide you through our web pages, etc., or show you where you can find more details, how to prepare for your application documents, etc. Are the interviews normally hard? That is individual. In general, for example, I can just give you examples because every major field of study has different requirements. So if you are planning to apply, for example, in one of the majors where artistic and creative skills are needed, of course, you should be prepared to demonstrate to the interviewing panel maybe some of your own work. Yeah, if you want to do media arts and design, I think many of you might have your own blog or your vlogs, etc. Then you should maybe be prepared to have a small portfolio to share with the teachers and your ideas. If you are interested in applied mathematics, you will have to demonstrate that you have strong mathematical skills. So our teachers will want to make sure, and that's very important for us at UIC. We have also this slogan, grow with UIC. We want our students to thrive. We want you to develop your full potential. And the purpose of the interview is how serious are you about your studies in UIC, and can you succeed in our environment? So UIC is a competitive place. So our students from the Chinese mainland are academically strong. So you should be prepared for thorough academic training. So yeah, that's how I see it. I think for now we are also coming to the end. Also, if I have time and we have a small team of people who are happy to help, get in touch with us, or you can also contact the China admissions team. So China admissions is doing a great job for us. They will also help you to contact us, etc. So anytime. Thank you for your attendance, and I hope to hear from you. And let us know how we can help you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Katharina. That was very, very useful to hear about. I was wondering if I could just ask you another question.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So can students choose a dual major?
That is currently not possible at UIC. I cannot foresee the future. What is possible, and our curriculum is actually it's quite demanding. I would say it like this. So it's a 4 years degree, like most degrees from Hong Kong, and students need around 152 units to graduate from UIC. However, in addition to the majors, UIC has a range of minor programs, and part of our curriculum, so you study a portion of your courses in your major related field, but we also have a very strong general education curriculum and a certain amount of so-called free electives. So in UIC, we really encourage students to think out of the box and explore other fields of academic interests or artistic interests. So most people have more than one dimension, right? So we try to nurture our students' interests. And for example, we have a minor program in public relations and advertisement. So some of our business students, if they're interested in public relations work, they might add a minor, and we have reserved free electives in our curriculum. That is, for example, to study abroad or to take a minor program. A very good question. Thank you, Khayal.
Thank you for clearing that out. Thank you. Also, are there any opportunities for internships or hands-on work experience as part of the undergraduate courses?
Yes, I mentioned our Career Development Center. UIC has a growing number of companies partnering with us formally, and we have a dedicated team of career development workers. It works like this. Once you are a UIC student, you can access with your student ID. We have a database of companies and internships they provide. So students have an access to a very long list of enterprises. They will post what they need, or students can upload their CV, etc. For international students, of course, it takes a little bit more planning because normally if you are on a student visa, you need an addition by the authorities to do a legal internship, but students can get advice. We cannot guarantee internships like most schools unless internship is integrated part of the curriculum. Some of them, our majors require internship, those will be arranged. Otherwise, students are encouraged really to engage and go to the career sessions. So we have many HR managers on campus, I think at least one event per week, where HR directors explain to students what profiles they're looking for. Sometimes we have special requests for international students. So some companies approach us directly and say, do you have international students from this and that region? Because they're looking for a certain academic profile and then maybe with a multilingual competence. And also after graduation, if the development in the Greater Bay Area is proceeding at this speed, the whole area will have excellent employment opportunities. So there are very good talent policies for international people to work in the region.
Okay, great. Thank you. That sounds very rewarding. Great place to live too. Is there any closing statement you would like to make before we finish off? No. Okay, thank you so much, Katharina. Just to remind everyone that the deadline to apply is on June 30th, but as mentioned, get your applications in as soon as possible. It's always recommended. And yeah, you can email the International Development Office if you have any further questions or need any advice directly. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice afternoon, evening, morning, wherever, and see you at